So I had another seizure last night. If anyone knows, I suffer with seizures and epilepsy. And we are talking, so I thought, since I had this episode, why not make a video about seizures and being sleep deprived? Because this video today is going to be all about having seizures while you're sleeping, because that is also something that can happen with seizures, and not a lot of people know about that. So I wake up around 7 a.m. for my medicine. Sometimes my body will just wake up around 6. And as you can tell, I got cameras just to watch over me if something bad happens with my seizures. And I kind of noticed that my neck hurt really bad. The upper part and the sides, the very back, and like kind of where my shoulder blades were. But very importantly, my neck. And just, I was very, very weak, and I didn't know what happened. I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. And I was just like, I'm like, what? Why am I so weak? I am really hurting right now. So I tried laying down. I thought maybe I was just still tired, because I was baking a little bit, so I know I didn't go to bed till like 11:30. So it was a little late, so I didn't go to bed till late. So I kind of thought maybe I was a little more tired, so I did kind of just lay there. I thought maybe I was just really tired. So I waited a little bit, see if maybe my muscles were just tight. But that didn't really do much. So while I was laying there, I just noticed nothing was going away. I was still weak. I was still in pain. And I looked down my legs, and they're gone now, but I had scratch marks on my legs, my thighs, my lower legs. I had them on the side of my cheek, my upper head here. And what I think happened, I tried viewing my camera, and it did show I twitched a little bit in my sleep. So I think what happened with the scratching is, I think that I scratched under the covers. I think I scratched my legs, and when I scratched my legs, I think that like my hands were under the covers and I scratched my legs while I was seizing. But it didn't show me convulsing in my sleep. It just showed me twitching. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people can say, oh, when you're twitching, you're just dreaming. But I know the difference between my dream twitching and a seizure twitches. Because the difference between a seizure twitch at night and a dream twitch is, like, when you're twitching for seizures at night, the difference between a seizure twitch at night and dreaming twitching is, when you have a seizure twitch in the middle of the night, your body kind of, like, depending on how you're sleeping, like with me, I was like this, I was all, I don't know, I'm weird. I had one arm like this, one arm like this, and it showed that my body was like tense. Like my whole body was like tense. So like it was like my body was tense. I was like tightening everything up, and it just kept going back. So that's what I mean by twitching. My body kept going back. And I saw that my leg kind of like lifted itself up. My leg lifted itself up almost as if there was like a string attached to my leg, and it like lifted itself up for a bit, and I could even see my veins on my legs. My veins were showing too. So I could tell like my leg was very, very tight, and then it just kind of let go and slammed back on the ground. And then on the other hand, when you dream twitch, you kind of see your eyes like flutter a little bit, which that can also happen with a seizure because your eyes will roll. But when you dream, your eyes twitch. You can see your eyes twitching. Sometimes you'll talk in your sleep. But that's kind of the difference between twitching for a seizure and like dreaming twitching. But yeah, I mean, the ways you know you have a seizure in your sleep when you wake up is you'll feel very, very weak. Your body, these are like the main two signs. You'll be very weak and your body will hurt, which is how I kind of knew I had one. The very obvious signs that you can see you had a seizure, those are just ways you could feel. The ways you could see is sometimes you'll bite your tongue sometimes when you're asleep and you have a seizure, you could bite your tongue in the middle of sleeping. So you could check your tongue, and if you bit your tongue while you're asleep, you can your tongue might have like what's it called, like a lump or some kind of like split on it, and your tongue could be bleeding. There could be just little bumps, almost like when you get like a blood vessel popped, kind of like that on your tongue. When you bite your cheek, that could happen. So you could always check for that. Thankfully, I didn't do that, so I was good with that. I didn't have any of that, so it must have not been that bad. It was probably just, I think what happened with me is I just had it, I think I had just a mild seizure, which is where it was just bad enough to where all I was doing was twitching and like tensing up. I don't think it was bad enough to where it was a full blown out grand mal seizure to where I don't think it was a grand mal I had in my sleep where I bit anything or hit anything. I think it was just one of those mild seizures, almost what they call like a petite mal, but in sleeping form is what I would call it. There's no name for it, but I would if I had to make a name for it, I would just say a mild petite mal. If I had to make a name for it, is what I would call it. So that's what I would say it would be, is like a mild petite mal seizure in my sleep, where I had a petite mal, but I just didn't bite anything, but I did scratch myself, which my nails, they naturally, I don't have my nails done, but they are, I don't know if you can tell, they are very long, which I like growing them out. I do. I like having long nails, but obviously with someone with seizures, that's the bad thing about having long nails is comes lots of downsides to them. But I don't know, I might just file them down so that I don't scratch myself that much. But I mean, I can tell you one thing, if you have seizures, the cameras do come in handy, because if you think you ever do if you ever do have seizures, like the cameras, they do come in handy. You can like look back at the camera and see if you had a seizure. Now, the one I got that one off Amazon for I think around 36, like 33 to 36. It was in the 30s, but I'm pretty sure it was around $33 to $36. And I think I paid free shipping. I don't think there was any shipping involved. It arrived pretty quick too. I think it arrived within a week, and it only came in one though, so I think it would obviously cost more if you bought more than one. So it doesn't, you don't have to constantly keep it plugged in. It's obviously, you can see it's mounting. You can mount it on the wall. It doesn't matter what room you put it in. You can put it in any room. I obviously have it in my bedroom because I wanted to watch me sleep. As far as I'm aware, with the camera, I've had it since it's 2026. I've had it since 2021. It doesn't record like 24/7. So it doesn't record me sleep constantly. All it does is record when I move. So if I like right now, if I were sleeping and I'm just like, if I'm like this, it will not, if I'm like sleeping and I'm like completely still, it's not going to record me. But if it sees me like turning around, it'll record for those 20 seconds, and then after those 20 seconds, it'll stop, and then wait for me to move again, and then it'll record again. So it doesn't constantly record you. It only records the motion when you start moving. So that's the only thing I don't like, is I wish I could find a camera, which I don't know if there are, but I wish I could find a camera that actually records 24/7, because it would be nice so I could literally constantly see what is happening when I'm sleeping. But I think it doesn't do that because only because the battery would probably die extremely fast, or it's too much storage. I think that's why. But 20 seconds is the longest it can record, because I had it for 10 seconds at one time, and I found that the longest it could do was 20, so I put it for that long, so that's the longest it can do. But one of these days, I don't know, I might try to see if there's a longer camera or a better one. But for now, that one will do. My seizures aren't so bad that I have them like every second, like grand malls every second. So it's not that I need to have someone with me. I don't have them every single second. I have the small ones. I do have the small ones every day, but I'm fully conscious. I know that I'm having them. Even though I have the small ones every day, I don't need someone with me. But along with talking about the sleep, the seizures in your sleep, I would say that the best thing to do with those seizures is, if you're worried about like sleeping while having them, I have learned because of what happened last night, I did end up having to go to ER just to get checked out, because the whole morning my neck never stopped hurting. I did get something for the pain and it eventually calmed down, but I learned that there are pillows that are like almost like body pillows, but they completely curve around your body. It's almost like those pregnancy pillows, but they curve around also your neck, and you can use those for seizures also. And when you use those, it will protect your neck, so that, because when you use regular pillows, the pillows, they're just only for your head. It can just like, it's only for here. You just kind of sleep on them. That's it. Now you can get pillows that are really kind of fluffier, that have more support, but there are pillows that have more curved space, but they suggested those curved ones that are like pregnancy pillows. And I would suggest, if you have seizures and you're worried about how you sleep at night because you might have a seizure, that would be the best route to go, because I am actually thinking of getting one too, because after what happened last night, I just, I don't want to have to go through that pain again, because let me tell you, it really, really hurts. It's not like your regular neck pain where you just sleep wrong and you get up and you're like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad. This is really, really hurting. It's not even close to that. Like, people just think of seizures as like you twitch and that's it, and oh, the pain will go away in a couple of hours, but it's way more than that. Trust me, it is the most painful thing ever. It's emotional pain, it's physical pain, it is like inside deep pain, and that stuff don't go away. It can even if it's gone for that day, it can stay with you like emotionally for a day and the next day, because you're thinking about what happened that day. Like what happened to me in my sleep, like last night, even though it already got done happening, it can traumatize me today. When it happened last night, it can traumatize me this morning, and it can traumatize me tomorrow and the next day and the next day, because there's been people like that one kid who had a seizure in their sleep and never woke up from that. So seizures are something that you need to take seriously, because people always think that you can be so dramatic saying that it's just a seizure, nothing's gonna happen, but it's something you really gotta take seriously. You gotta take care of yourself. If you want to make sure everything's gonna be alright, I would recommend getting that pillow that kind of curves around you. They said it was a curved body pillow, but you can also look up pregnancy pillow. It's the same thing. It's going to be curved, and it goes completely around your body. It's literally a curved pillow. It literally looks like just a curve. I don't know. You'll know. Just look up pregnancy pillow. It's literally that. But and the best way to also sleep is your side. Until you get that, lay on your side. If you don't have that pillow and you just have normal pillows, at least lay on your side. That way, if you're having a seizure in your sleep, all the what's it called, the spit and saliva that's foaming will at least come out of your mouth. Because if you're on your back when you're having a seizure, if it's bad enough seizure that you're foaming in your sleep, it won't. If you're on your back and you're having one and you're foaming while you're sleeping, if you're on your back, you'll be swallowing it and you could choke. And it's even worse if you're just a stomach sleeper. So you want to, at least, the best way to sleep is on your side if you're having a seizure. That's another thing I learned. I had to learn that the hard way myself. But those are the best tips I think I can give as someone with seizures and experience. I just thought this would be like a good video to make today, since I had this experience last night. I would never want this to just happen to anyone, because this always hurts so bad, and I hate this. I always hate having these. These are just like always so painful. And if I could wish anything, I would always just wish I could go at least 1 week without having any seizures, even if it was just one of my small ones. But I can never go at least 1 week without them. But I always like to make these videos to help anyone that has seizures. And I haven't been able to recently make any videos because I've just been busy on my other channel. I had to focus on my other channel, but I will start uploading more on this one. So yeah, I just been pretty busy with stuff and appointments for my seizures, so things have been busy lately. But we will be back, and I hope this video taught you anything, and if it did, let me know. If you have any questions about any kind of seizure stuff, let me know. If there's any other seizure videos you would like to know about, or you have any you would like me to make, let me know in the comments and I will do that. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.